And we got our allies to pay their fair share and bringing in over $400 billion to NATO. They weren't paying their bills. You've been reading about it. I've been saying, look, if they're not going to pay, we're not going to protect, okay? And Biden has said, oh, this is so bad, this is so terrible that he would say that. No, if they're not paying their bills, and most of them weren't when I got there, and when they asked me a question, they said, does this mean one of the heads of one of the countries, at that time we had 28 countries, of which 7 were paying their fair share, which was still low, but 7. The United States was paying for almost all of it. It was terrible. And I said, what's going on? They said Bush will come in, make a speech, and leave. Obama would come in, make a speech, and leave. Nobody would say anything about it. When I came in, I didn't make a speech. I looked at the numbers. I said, these numbers are terrible. Nobody's paying their bills. And I told them that. And then I came back 6 months later. I said, now you've had time. But one of the heads of the country stood up and said, does that mean that if we don't pay the bills, that you're not going to protect us? I said, that's exactly what it means, exactly. I'm not going to protect you. We don't want to be a stupid country any longer. And the next day, the money came pouring in. If I said like all the Obama said it would have nothing to do, and Obama, they probably liked him much better than me. He said, no, that would have no effect. Don't pay your bills, we'll protect you. No, if I say that, they're never going to pay the bills. Hundreds of billions of dollars came pouring into NATO, and I said it just the other day because they've been very lax. We spent 150, maybe 200, because now they want to give them $60 billion more. 60 billion with a B. They want to give them 60 billion more. And I said, wait a minute, do it this way. Loan them the money. If they can make it, they pay us back. If they can't make it, they don't have to pay us back. Loan them the money. Put it as a form of a loan. Why should you just hand it over to them? Do it as a form of a loan. I do that with athletes. They can't quite, like a professional golfer who I think is very good. They don't have any money, but they have a lot of talent. I'll say, here's the deal. I did it with a number of people. Here's the deal, what I want to do. Professional golfer, I play golf. I play very nice. Did you see the picture of me, the horrible picture with the stomach out to here? So what I do is I'm putting up today a picture of me what I actually look like hitting a ball, smashing the frickin' ball. And you'll see I wouldn't say slim, but not bad. But the ball does go far. I would say it goes about 9 times further than Biden can hit it, 9 times. He said he's a 6 handicap. That may be his biggest lie. Do you ever notice? Pilots come in and he said he flew planes. Truckers came in, he says he flew. Military come in, he says I was in the military. They're all lies. His biggest lie is that he's a 6.2 handicap. I've seen him swing. He's like this. That's not. I know a lot about golf. That's not a 6.2. And it wasn't a 6.2 30 years ago. That's a bigger lie than the fact that he flies and he drives trucks. That guy is something, I'll tell you. Think of it. Think of what happened. They just came out with a report. They said he's not competent enough to defend himself in court, but he's competent enough to be president of the United States. How does that work? How does that work? But me, I got to go through a trial, and I had a thing called the Presidential Records Act. I did absolutely nothing wrong. But I don't know. I wouldn't have liked that verdict. You can not defend yourself in court because you're grossly incompetent. You don't memorize. You don't have any memory. You're a disaster. But you can be president of the United States. I don't want a president that's not allowed to go in and at least talk and defend himself. So they're protecting him. They're actually protecting him, but they're not protecting our country. Our country's in big trouble. But we still have a lot to do. We're going to do things that you can't even believe. We're going to do it fast, too. Under Biden, 19 out of 30 other NATO members do not even pay the bare minimum of 2%. Think of that, of GDP. You're supposed to pay 2% of GDP, which is a very low number. I thought it should go up to 4%. Meanwhile, we're sending colossal amounts of our own weaponry and ammunition to Ukraine and money, including over 760 tanks, fighting vehicles, and armored personnel carriers, 35,000 grenade launchers and small arms, and over 100,000 anti-armor missile systems. Do you remember a year ago when Biden made the statements that we have no ammunition? This stupid guy, he's saying, even if it's true, you don't say it. You don't say it. He said, remember, he was at a news conference. I thought it was one of the classics. We have no ammunition. Because we've sent it all to different countries, in particular Ukraine. How do you say that? When I rebuilt the military, every warehouse was stocked. We had so much ammunition, we didn't have enough warehouses. We had the opposite problem. But he said, we have no ammunition. And I said, even if it was true, you just don't say that. Don't bring it up. That's a subject you don't want to, and you go get the ammunition fast. But what's happened to our military with the wokeness and everything else is a disgrace. It's only woke at the top, by the way. Our military, don't forget, I took out ISIS, and I took them out fast. And then we didn't go into wars. First time in 72 years, I took out ISIS, got rid of the worst savages in history. I got them out. I knocked them out. We knocked them out faster. They said it was going to take 4 years. It took me 3 months, less than 3 months. Our military is great. General Raisin Cain, our military is great. And our military is being dangerously drained and depleted while our own border remains wide open. So we're all over the place, everywhere but where we should be. We have to be in our border. And I built, in fact, it was today, they finally put it up. I built 571 miles of wall. That's a lot. That's much more than I said I was going to build. I then bought another 200 miles that would have taken approximately 3 weeks. It was all set to install.